You're 7 years old. Ankle-deep in frozen mud outside your family's longhouse in Norway. Then, the screaming starts. Smoke rises from the eastern farms. Your mother shoves you behind the woodpile. Presses a hand over your mouth. Don't move. Through the gaps in the timber, you watch men pour into your village. Not foreigners. Norsemen from a rival clan. Your father runs out with his axe. He drops 2 of them. Before the third steps forward, you see his face clearly now. A jagged scar running from his left eye to his jaw, twisting his mouth into a permanent sneer. He moves like a man who enjoys killing. Your father swings. The scarred man sidesteps, almost lazy, and opens your father's throat with a single stroke. Your brothers fall next. 1, 2. Like weeds before a scythe. Your mother's hand slips from your mouth. As they drag her into the smoke, you hear her screaming your name. Then nothing. The scarred man walks past your woodpile, close enough to touch. His boots leave bloody prints in the snow. He's laughing. You want to scream, but you can't. You want to cry, but you can't. You pick up your dead father's axe. It's too heavy, but you drag it anyway. Because revenge weighs more than iron. 3 days later, your uncle Bjorn finds you by the fjord. Half frozen. Eating raw fish. Still holding your father's axe. Bjorn is a raider. Gone most years to lands you can't pronounce. No wife. No children. No patience for softness. He studies your hollow eyes. You want to weep. Or you want to make them weep. You don't answer with words. You lift the axe. There's a man, you whisper. A scar on his face. I'm going to kill him. Bjorn studies you for a long moment. Then he nods. Then we have work to do. 2 days later. Training begins. Bjorn doesn't treat you like a child. He trains you like a boy. Except harder. Because he knows what men will think when they see a woman on a battlefield. Weak. Hesitant. Easy prey. You wake before dawn every day. Haul water. Chop wood. Run mountain trails until your lungs burn. And your legs collapse. First comes the spear. Bjorn says it's the weapon of the common warrior. Cheap. Simple. Deadly. Your shoulders ache for months. Your palms blister. Split. Blister again. Until thick calluses grow like leather. At 9 years old, you move to the axe. Not the elegant swords Jarls carry. Those cost more silver than your whole village earned in a year. The axe is brutal. Unforgiving. You swing at hanging logs until they split clean in 2. Every log wears the scarred man's face. At 10. Travelers bring news from the eastern clans. You ask about a warrior with a scar from eye to jaw. They know him. Halvar the Cruel. A champion now. Rich. Feared. Untouchable. Not forever. You think. At 12. Your body begins to change. It feels like betrayal. Your uncle's warriors start looking at you differently. One night. A man corners you in the barn. He thinks you're weak. You break his wrist with a shield-edge strike. Exactly as Bjorn taught you. Your uncle hears about it. He drags the man outside. Makes an example of him. Then he turns to you. You're coming on the next voyage. The longship is nothing like you imagined. 30 warriors packed together. No shelter. The North Sea trying to swallow you whole. You sleep wedged between rowing benches. Wake up with ice crusted on your cloak. You row until your arms scream. You vomit over the side when waves turn cruel. The men laugh. You wipe your mouth. Grab the oar again. What's a little suffering? When you've been suffering since you were 7. The first raid is a monastery on the English coast. Fat with silver. Guarded by frightened villagers. And old men in robes. The night before the attack. You can't sleep. Fear. Anticipation. Knowing that tomorrow, you become something different. Something harder. Dawn arrives. The ship scrapes onto the beach. Warriors leap into the surf. Shields raised. Axes ready. You follow them. The first monk you see is kneeling. Hands clasped. Praying. He looks up at you. Eyes that expect death. You hesitate. He's not Halvar. He's not the Scar. He's just a frightened man. 1 heartbeat. 2. Then you remember your father's throat opening. Your mother disappearing into smoke. Your axe falls. That night, while loading silver onto the ship, a small boy crawls out from behind the altar. 8. Maybe 9 years old. Shaking. He reminds you of yourself hiding behind that woodpile. The others haven't seen him yet. You could kill him. You should kill him. Instead, you jerk your head toward the forest. Go. The boy runs. You tell yourself it doesn't matter. 1 child won't change anything. You're wrong. But you won't learn that for many years. You raid every summer. Monasteries. Villages. Trading ships. But you aren't chasing silver. You're chasing whispers. Every port. Every captive. Every drunken warrior. Have you seen a man with a scar? Left eye to jaw. Halvar the Cruel. At 16. You're close. A merchant tells you Halvar winters with Jarl Sigurd's clan. 3 fjords north. You beg Bjorn to raid them. He shakes his head. Suicide. Sigurd has 200 warriors. You have 30. So you wait. And you train harder. Soon warriors start whispering your name. Ragnhild the Red. Not for your hair. But for the blood that follows you. At 17. You spot a scarred man across a battlefield. Your heart stops. You cut through 3 enemies to reach him. Wrong man. Wrong scar. The disappointment nearly breaks you. At 18. You fall in love. His name is Eric. A skald. Poet and warrior. He fights beautifully. Speaks even better. One night beside the fire. He studies you carefully. You carry ghosts, he says softly. Everyone carries ghosts, you reply. Yes. But yours are hungry. He wants a different life with you. A farm. Children. Peace. For the first time. You imagine it. A life where the scar doesn't own you. Then word arrives. Jarl Sigurd is feuding with your clan. A raid is coming. Halvar will be there. You volunteer before Bjorn finishes speaking. The battle is chaos. Shield walls slam together like thunder. Rain mixes with blood until the ground becomes red mud. Eric fights beside you. Singing a battle song. For a moment. You believe you'll both survive. Then you see him. The scar. Older now. Gray beard. But unmistakable. Halvar the Cruel. The world shrinks to one man. 12 years of rage focuses into a single point. You scream his name. He turns. Confused. Why would he remember you? You were 7. A trembling child. You charge. The farm you burned, you roar. The family you slaughtered. Recognition flickers across his face. I burned many farms, he sneers. You crash into him. Steel clashes. He's stronger. But you've trained for this moment your entire life. Your axe hooks his shield and rips it away. My father was first, you shout. He stumbles backward. My brother's next. One was 5 years old. Your blows drive him toward a tree. My mother screamed my name. Do you remember? His back hits the trunk. I don't. I do. Your axe takes his hand. The second blow shatters his knee. He collapses. Now he's the one looking up. Just like your father did. Please. He gasps. You lean closer. She screamed for a long time. Your voice is cold. I'm going to make sure you scream longer. When it's over. Halvar the Cruel is nothing but meat and silence. You stand there waiting for satisfaction. For peace. It never comes. The rage that fueled you for 12 years simply disappears. Leaving nothing behind. Just emptiness. Then you hear a scream. Eric is on his knees 20 feet away. A spear through his stomach. You run. Catch him as he falls. Blood bubbles on his lips. You're ghosts. He whispers. They're quiet now. Tears blur your vision. Yes. His hand touches your cheek. You can finally live. Then he dies. In your arms. You raid for 6 more years after that. Not for silver. Not for revenge. Just because it's the only thing left. The ghosts never leave. They just wear new faces. At 26. Your ship sails into a river in Northumbria. An ambush waits. English soldiers surround you. And among them, you see a familiar face. The monk boy you spared years ago. Now grown. Armored. He's the one who led them here. Mercy. It seems. Has a long memory. Your warriors form a shield wall knowing they'll die. You fight for hours. Your shield shatters. An arrow strikes your side. You drop to your knees. The English close in. And suddenly, you understand something. Valhalla isn't a reward. It's release. An end to the hunger that's ruled your life since you were 7. You rise. Pain screams through your body. But you lift your axe and charge. The enemy hesitates, just one heartbeat, at the sight of a wounded woman running toward them with death in her eyes. That hesitation costs them. You kill 4 more warriors before a spear drives through your chest. The world turns white. Then red. Then nothing.